Hello, and how you doing? Welcome back to Elite Dangerous. This is Mars again. I wanted to make this material gathering video because I'm absolutely sick and tired of hearing all this horrible advice on Discord and from other YouTubers about how to gather engineering materials, telling everybody they have to do it the hard way. Oh, you need to go to the Crystal Shard Forest. You need to go to HR 3230 and the brain trees, and none of that is true. It does not have to be that complicated. It's so much simpler. Everything you need is in the bubble. Okay, and all you need is third-party tools, these material helper, ED material helper. All that's garbage too. The only tool you will ever need is Inara. Okay, if you import your game data, link your account, you come to engineers. You can click on this, any engineer. We'll just go with Felicity this time because that, as a newer player, that's the first engineer you'll go to. And you go up to grade 3 with her, you'll get an invitation to another engineer. That's how you climb the ladder. And you can see all of the upgrades that she has. Of course, the most popular one is increased range with the FSD. And when you click on that, it will show you everything you have to get to each individual grade. Grade 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get chemical processors, phosphorus, strange weight solutions, on down to grade 5. And if you look over on the right, it tells you how many you have. I have 221 atypical disrupted wake echoes, 221 of those, 90 chemical processors, 124 phosphorus, 112 strange weight solutions. You don't need a material helper thing to show you how much material you have. A NAR will do it all for you. Over on the left, if it's blue, you have enough for one turn of the wheel, which you really need 5. And down here, all the experimental effects. Mass Manager is a good one. You need 5 atypical disrupted wake echoes, 3 galvanizing alloys, and 1 extension hyperspace detector. Have 221, 170, and 100. That's all you need. You don't need any of these other third-party tools. Click on Commander and click Import your game data. It will ask you to link your account. Once you've linked your account and you import it, hit continue and you're done. You can see all your stuff. Now, the only other third-party tool I have ever used is this hotspot finder, ED Tools. This is a good one if you are into mining. Change the subject. We'll just say we're near Melanja right now. You can type in whatever system you're in. And we'll just go with platinum. That's always a good one. And let's say we want a minimum of 2 hotspots. And it always gives you systems with pristine reserves. That is the key word. That is what you want. Pristine reserves. And just click on search. And you'll see it'll give you all these systems. And it will tell you there's 3 platinum hotspots in that A ring of Silicanus 4970. Or maybe that's it. 3 platinum hotspots, 1 painite, 1 resplendite, so on and so forth. Now there is a glitch going around where people will get out to a hotspot and they will not find any platinum or whatever else it is that they're looking for. So it is in your best interest to scout it out first before you jump over there fully committed in a kitted out mining ship. Hop over there in a jump ship with a prospector controller and about 20 limpets. Shoot out some prospectors and see if you're getting 30%ers, 40, 50, 65%ers in platinum or whatever you're looking for, just to double check. So it's in your best interest. You don't need this triple O. You need a triple overlapping hotspot. All that is crap. I have been mining for years. I spent 3 years doing nothing but surface mining, core mining. And I can tell you, you don't need those hotspots. All you need is the tiniest pinprick hotspot will work as long as it has pristine reserves and you can clean up. Now, as far as engineering and engineering materials go, you'd be hard pressed to find anybody else in this game that has done as much engineering as I have, except for other PvPers. I'm sure there's people that have more time in this game than I do. I've been playing for close to 7 years and have almost 10,000 hours in this game. And there may be people with more time in the game, but explorers and people who do exobiology, truckers, they don't really require that much engineering for your ships other than your frame shift drive. I mean, what do you have to engineer? PvPers do more engineering than anybody, because in order to engineer a PvP ship, you have to. Who is this guy here on sitting on his? Hey, wake up, man! This ain't no rest home. The fire. Anyway, I digress. To engineer a PvP ship, you have to engineer everything: the armor, all the way to G5 with experimentals, your whole reinforcement packages, G5, individual weapons, all the way to G5 with experimentals, your shield generator, each individual shield booster, your distributor, your power plant, just about everything. And it takes a lot of engineering and a lot of engineering materials. And I have engineered several PvP ships. And I've done a crap ton of engineering and engineering gathering. And I have tried every different way there is. I've been to the crystal shards and to the brain trees and done the whole 9 yards. And I'm going to tell you, this way I'm about to show you now is the fastest way that I have found. The fastest and most efficient. Now there are people who like to do things the slow, tedious way because they want to experience the brain trees or the crystal port. You go right ahead. You got every right to play your game the way you want. But if you want to do it quick and efficient, this is the way to go. Now to starters, you are going to want a multi-purpose material gathering ship. And I recommend the Python. To me, the Python is the best multi-purpose ship in the game. It's a medium-sized ship. It's easy to find landing spots. It's maneuverable. It's quick. It's got a ton of internal space, which is important for a multi-purpose, all-around material gathering ship. And you can use a scam delay if you so choose. But scam delay doesn't have near the internal compartments of a Python. I mean, it has better jump range for sure, but the internal compartments suck. Now, the Crate Mark II is also a good multi-purpose ship. It has slightly better jump range and internal space than a Python. I'm just not crazy about crates. I just don't like the way they look. So basically, I choose Python as a personal choice. But Python or a Crate Mark II is best for your all-around material gathering ship. So we'll run over the loadout real quick. These flak launchers are on here for the way we used to gather material. There was a trick, but they nerfed it now, so I'm about to take these off here soon. Now you definitely want to put 2 point defenses on the top of your ship. This is for the Guardian sites. When you go out to the Guardian sites to get the modules, the FSD booster, they shoot the missiles down, so you do need these point defenses on the top of your multi-purpose ship. Your all-around ship, it's a good thing to have these. Make sure they're on the top. Core internals, got lightweight alloys, of course, for best jump range. This is the smallest power plant that I have laying around. Need to hop over to Jameson one day and probably get me a smaller one. It's still too big, really, and it's engineered overcharged grade 2. I don't really know why that is. I need to do something about that. Thrusters, I just engineered them up to grade 3, clean drive tuning with drag drives. It's, you know, it's a multi-purpose all-around ship, so you don't really need to fully engineer the thrusters. And of course, the best frame shift drive you can get with the best jump range. You derate your life support. Derated modules are lightweight, you get the best jump range. A derated distributor, again, it's just a multi-purpose ship. And your sensors and life support also derated. Optional, I got a couple of cargo racks in here because you got a lot of slots and you're going to need some limpets for your material gathering. A nice big 6A fuel scoop. Definitely want a planetary vehicle hangar. And make sure you get 2 SRVs. You don't want to go anywhere with just one. And of course the old Guardian frame shift drive booster, which is something everybody ought to have. Get you another 10.5 light years. You need a collector limpet controller, which will become apparent here in a minute, for your all-around material gathering ship. And you will need a detailed surface scanner to find some of these landing spots. That will also become apparent here in a minute. I have a little small, lightweight 3C bi-weave, just has a little bumper shield. Really don't even really need to be on here, but it is what it is. And I like to have a docking computer and Super Cruise Assist just as a personal choice. And that's pretty much it for the loadout. Could probably do better if I took a little time, but I haven't been that concerned with it. Now, first off the bat, we're going to talk about raw materials. Now, you want to come here to Kolidisky, Kolidiscii, Kolidisky. It's in the bubble, as all these places are. And when you get here, you're going to come to planet C6A. This is where you want to come to get your grade 4 raw materials. There are no grade 5 raw materials. Raw materials only grow up to grade 4. And here you can load up on this stuff all day long. Now, if you haven't been here, you will need to hit it with a detailed surface scanner in order to find this crashed ship. If you never used one before, it's not that difficult. And make sure I got it in my fire groups here. And you pop it one time in the middle. And run your cursor out. You see those little white dots popping up? You get those little white dots right in the center. Hit it at 12 o'clock. Line your little white dots up in the cursor. 6 o'clock. Time 9 o'clock. Hit it again at 3 o'clock. They'll curve around to the back side of the planet. And you should get you a full 100% scan. It's showing 100% now because I've done this before. Once you've done this once, you won't have to do it again. When you got your 100% scan, just take a look over at your left panel, navigation panel, and scroll down till you find the crashed ship. There it is, the crashed ship. Just lock in on that. That's the crashed Anaconda. And head on down there. And it's on the back side of the planet. Whenever I got a landing spot on the back side of the planet, I like to turn to the side here, like at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Slowly edge around the planet. This way you can always keep it in sight. Edge around the planet till you get there. Notice that my speed is kind of low there. The planet's going to pull you in anyway, so you just set your speed slow and low. That is the tempo. Creep around, keeping it in sight. And as soon as it turns solid like that, go ahead and roll over on your stomach. I'm a little shallow here, so I'm going to get up above it so I can steepen my angle some. You don't want to come in too steep or too shallow. You want to do about a 40, 45 degree angle. Just keep nosing down, keeping it in sight. And pretty soon you'll bust into the glide. I guess everybody has their own individual ways. They like to land and stuff, and then this is mine. So here we are at the crashed Anaconda, the raw material spot. So you got a crashed Anaconda with a trail of debris behind it, and this cargo rack scattered all over the ground. You see by looking at your contacts panel, every one of these cargo racks are full of grade 3 and 4 raw materials. Zirconium, tungsten, tellurium, antimony, ruthenium. Target the ammo crate and shoot it. And they'll fly out of these little canisters. That's zirconium. Target them. Make sure your cargo rack is open and that you have it targeted, or you will simply just destroy it when you run over. This one first. Antimony. Good stuff, boy. Antimony is top of the line. Cargo rack. this one first. The point is, why waste time driving around planets looking for mercury and nickel and iron and zinc when you can get 87 iron for just one antimony at the material trader? Material traders are the key to engineering. I said that before, I'll say it again. Load up on this antimony and tellurium, you take the antimony and tellurium to the material trader and you trade for all the low grade cheap stuff instead of flying all over the galaxy looking for the low grade cheap stuff. Every one of these ammo crates is like, I don't know, 15, 20, used to only be 3 of them. But they buffed that up a little bit for us. Thank you, FDL. We don't have many more. Once you're done with all these ammo crates, you simply log out. You don't have to get in your ship and leave or nothing. You can log out right where you're sitting, log right back in, and they will all respawn again. You can stay out here as long as you want till you're blue in the face and rack up as much of this raw, grade 4 raw mats as you can stand. You will not have to do this many times. Take it to the material trader, trade for what you need, and you will be full. See if I can jump in the air and catch it. Oh, I'm gonna let it land on top of me and I'll get it. Yep, picked it up, dropped right on top. It works. More antimony. Be sure to bookmark this system and this planet. This is the only place you need to come to get raw material. People say, oh, what about selenium? What about yttrium and stuff like that? I'll explain that in a minute. You can get that at the material trader as well. You only get 1 for 6, of course. But you always know where to come get this stuff. I'll trade 1 for 6 all day long rather than fly 1,500 light years out to the crystal shard for it. I can be here and back to the material trader 5 times by the time you even get there. And that's pretty much the process. Log out, log back in, fill up on this stuff, and then we will go to the material trader. There's a material trader for raw mats. Imagine that. Right beside Curly Disky here in Soyota. 4 little light years and some change away. Hop over to Soyota. And when you get there, you're going to want to go to Gohar Hub. Gohar, I think it is, yeah. Gohar Hub. There's a material trader there, and here we are. Go to contacts and material trader. I'm pretty full on this stuff, so it's going to be a little difficult to find something to trade. But like I said, there's only 4. There's grade 1, 2, 3, and 4, starting at the left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the stuff on the right is your high grade material. Let's just say, for example, I needed some carbon. You don't go to a planet, drive around scraping up little scraps of carbon. Look, I get 27 carbon for just 1 yttrium. I would confirm that trade, or I'd probably give up 2 and go ahead and take 54. Probably be better. But you can use the antimony and tellurium. Let's say I needed some lead. I don't think that's going to work. I already got 300 lead. I think that's the max on lead. We'll try and see. That's the material I'm looking for is lead. And trade antimony for it. Probably get 87 lead for 1 antimony. But no, it won't let me. I don't have enough. I'll have to try something else. Could use a little of that zirconium. And we get 9 zirconium for 1 antimony. I'll bump that up a little bit. Let's go ahead and give up 5, 6 antimony, 7, 63 zirconium. Because I always know where to get more antimony, right? Hop right back over to the trash anaconda. Go back up on it. Looks like I could use a little mercury. We got 14 of those. Let's trade a little polonium. You always get more if you trade in the same column. And the higher up you go, the less you get. I'm only getting, well, I'm giving up, go what, 35 maybe? For 111 mercury. I can live with that. I get polonium emissions all day long. Zinc, I need a little zinc too. Trade tellurium for that because we always know where to get more tellurium at the crash anaconda. 9 for 1, go on up. This is the process you use for all the materials. Encoded, manufactured. Go to where the grade 5 stuff is. And go to the material trader. It's as simple as that. Fill up your zeros. Start from the left and work your way up. All right, now we're going to talk about encoded materials. Still in the bubble, you want to come to Jameson's crash site, which I'm sure you probably heard about, which is at HIP 12099. When you get here to HIP 12099, you come right here to 1B. Bookmark the system, bookmark the planet. Again, if you haven't been here, you will have to do a detailed surface scan of the planet, just like you did with the crashed anaconda. And when you do, you'll see Jameson's crash site on your nav panel. Lock it and get on down there. Here we are at the famous Jameson's crash site. And when you get here, you'll see a bunch of comms controls scattered all over the ground. There used to be only 4 of those as well. Now there's a bunch of them. I thought I could land here. Back up a little bit. Here we go. You want to make sure you're far enough away so your turret will deploy. You don't necessarily need to hop up in the turret. Some people like to. See this big box thing here on the ground, which is a comms control. Make sure you have your data link scanner in a fire group. That's what you use on this. Data link scanner. Target the comms control, hold the trigger down. You receive the data. And don't worry when you see unintended storage full. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. You may be full of one thing, but look, I still picked up adaptive encrypted captures, cracked industrial firmware, and modified consumer firmware. So you may be full of one thing, but you're not full of everything, so you're still going to be picking stuff up. Do a circuit around the ship. Target every comms control you see. Hold it down and scan it. Well, I don't look like I picked up much on that one. There's a bunch of these things here. Same as before. Once you've hit all of them, you can log out right where you're at. Log back in. They all respawn. Fill up again. You're going to pick up a lot of adaptive encrypted captures out here, which is grade 5. Encoded material. And you simply go to the material trader and trade down to fill up the holes. Fill up all your zeros. There's one hiding over here behind these rocks. If I get just right, I can hit it through the rock. See if I can get that one. I don't think I'm getting it. Try a little repositioning here. Okay, there we go. Now I'm getting it. Just do your one good circuit around the ship. Log out and log back in until you're full. You can always look over at your inventory panel under data. See what you have for all your materials. Still picking up cracked industrial firmware. Like I said before, there used to only be 4 of these things. But FDev did a little engineering buff for us all. Now there's about 15 of these things. Pick up a lot more before you have to log out. The same process, fill up, log out, hit them all again, and then go to the material trader. Now the closest one to Jameson crash site is over here in Diaguandri at Ray Gateway. And it's kind of close. It's not really ridiculously far. It's the only one that doesn't have a material trader right beside it. Come over to Diaguandri, and hop over to Ray Gateway. My system map will ever pop up. I would bookmark the system and bookmark Ray Gateway. It's encoded material trader. Same process. Go to contacts, hit the material trader. And I have a boatload of this stuff too. Not really low on too much. Might can swap a little bit of stuff around here. These adaptive encrypted captures is what you get out at Jameson along with other stuff. You trade all them down, filling up these zeros, and you go back and get you some more. I wanted to run this trade, which I can't pick up any more of those, it doesn't look like. 27 for 1. I'm sure you're beginning to see the picture and value of the material trader. And it works the same with the manufacturer. Material trader, I'll say it again, are the key to engineering. Alright, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to head over to one of my favorite spots for manufactured materials. Right here I'm at Korngari, which is where a material trader is, because I'm trading down all my Imperial shielding so I can load up, because that's probably what I'm going to get at Mandithar or Chuchawimba. So I'm going to go to Chuchawimba because that's really my favorite spot. It's never let me down. You come here 10 times, 9 out of these 10 times you're going to get Imperial shielding. I went ahead and traded my Imperial shielding down to just 1, figuring I would fill up on it. Mandithar is always a good one too. If you can't find any high-grade emission signal sources in Chuchawimba, you can hop over to Mandithar. They spawn in, regular here and there. Now, every time you jump in looking for a high-grade emission signal source, you are going to have to scan the nav beacon. Every time. Always remember that. Here's the true nav beacon. Always that circle. When you target the nav beacon, you will scan it automatically. Sit here for a second. When you see system data downloaded up there in the upper right hand corner, jump back to Super Cruise. You can't see these signal sources unless you're in Super Cruise. What you're looking for is high grade emissions. High grade emissions are going to be grade 5 manufactured material. And it's usually Imperial shielding, but it really doesn't matter what it is because you're just going to be trading it anyway. When you start scrolling, or you can use your filter to search for signal sources. I usually just scroll. You got to go down kind of far because they're usually far out there. There is a high grade there. There's two of them. So lock in on that. And check your time in the upper right hand corner. There's only 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining in that signal source. That is not a good one. You don't want that. And the other one, 27 minutes. Plenty of time. 5 minutes is enough time. I mean, it only takes all of 3 or 4 minutes to fill up 100 of these things. There'll be like 30 or 40 of these things floating in this spot. And you get 3 for every one you pick up. So it does not take long to get a quick 100. Hop over to the material trader. Trade them down, hop right back over here and get you another 100. Here we are at the signal source. You can see all these contacts floating in front of you. Just kind of slowly creep your ship and get right into the middle of the whole crowd. It's like I might have overshot it a little bit. Back up some. Your limpets will pick it up faster and you don't have to travel so far. Be sure that you don't target anything. If you target something, your limpet will go get it, and then it will die when it comes back. Just shoot the limpets out, and they will pick the stuff up automatically. You don't have to target anything. Okay, looks like I'm picking up proto heat radiators instead of imperial shielding. That figures. Since I emptied out all the imperial shielding, getting proto heat radiators, but that's fine. That's a grade 5 manufactured material. Perfectly fine to trade as well. People say, oh, you should use this whatchamacallit finder. It tells you where to get proto heat radiators and where to get imperial shielding. Why would you want to go to 10 different locations getting all this individual stuff? I'm not going to be able to pick up proto heat radiators because I'm almost full of those already. But you see the process. You see how fast they're climbing up. Just come to one spot, get a load of grade 5, and go to the material trader and trade. It's much faster. Now, if you want the experience of going to all these different places and getting this stuff individually, more power to you. Go ahead. It's your game. You paid for it. Play it the way you want. I'm just trying to show you the fastest way that I've been able to come up with. Now there is another way. It's kind of fun to gather manufactured materials out here at the Hot Jupiter. Now you will need a combat ship for this, or at least a ship with some weapons on it, because you will be attacking and blowing up beluga liners, murdering NPCs. So you will need some weapons on your ship. And of course, this is a PvP cutter of mine, the Beast. And of course, you will need collector limpets and a little cargo space, maybe 20 or 30 limpets. Come out here to call 285 sector, RF-C, B14-7. This is where the Hot Jupiter is. Okay, and you want to target the Hot Jupiter tourist beacon. There's Hot Jupiter on your nav panel. Just target that, lock in on it, and jump on out there. And all this stuff is grade 5. There is some lower grade stuff, grade 2, 3, and 4. But if you fill up on a lot of this stuff, then you'll have less to trade for. If you want to come out here and do it. I mean, it is a little more fun than some of the other methods. Not quite as tedious. As you can see, the Hot Jupiter is simply a beacon. But there are sightseeing trips out here, sightseeing vessels. That's a hauler. That's not really what we want. That looks like what we want. Yes, beluga liners and the orcas. Just get right up on these things. I have pack hounds and multi-cannons here on the cutter. And once you get close enough, you want some good weapons because they're going to try to get away from you. They don't fight back because they're pretty much defenseless, but they will try to get away from you, so you want to get your shields off quick and get the hull down quick. See how fast the hull is dropping. They're pretty much up. Alright, we got some strange explosions going on there. I don't know what's up with that. And once Once they blow up, you'll see a bunch of contacts floating around. Kind of get out in the middle of it. Get your collector ready. Open up your cargo scoop. And looks like I might have overshot a little bit. But that's alright. And Olympus will start raking it in. All this is manufactured materials as well. Let's see what we're getting here. Look at the contacts. We got mechanical equipment, chemical manipulators, heat dispersion plates, electric components. I think that's grade 4 or 5. Escape pods. So let your collectors rake all this stuff in, and then when you go to the material trader with your high grade stuff, you won't have quite as much to have to trade for. And once you've done filling up with that, just start looking for another target. Stay close to the tourist beacon. Fly around a little bit, and looks like we got another little contact on the radar screen there. Another beluga. Hello. How you doing? You're all about to die. The old pack hound. Followed up with the muzzle cannon. Frame shift charge detected. They will try to get away from you. You want to take them down quick. And now we have another sea of materials. That pile's a little bit further away than the last one. Alright, here we go. The collector's ready. Some delayed explosions going on. And right in the middle. Shoot the collectors out. And rake it in. It's like pretty much the same stuff, configurable components, chemical distillery, chemical processors, conductor polymers. It's all good stuff. Not necessarily all grade 5, but you need it all anyway. Let's go ahead and get rid of some limpets because our cargo's filling up. Just abandon, maybe 21 would be good. And there we go. Alright, and that's pretty much basically it. Let the limpets do the work. Gather up your lower grade manufactured materials here. And go do your high grade emissions like we talked about. And you'll have less to trade for. And it's a little more fun than just doing high grade signal sources all day long. It all depends on what you want to do. You know, I'm not trying to say you have to play my way or this is the way you should do this and that. Because there are people that want to experience everything in the game. If you want to go out to the crystal shards and, you know, do this and that, that's fine. I'm just trying to give you some options. Engineering does not have to be a confusing, complicated thing. Go to these grade 5 sites, gather it up, go to the material trader, and you'll be full in no time. Well, I hope this has been informative. and helpful to someone. If it has, drop me a comment. This is Mars. We'll see you guys in the next one. And fly dangerous. I'm out of here.